Good morning, everybody. It is 9:33 in the morning. So yesterday we had our plan kind of mapped out. We got to East Bee Hill Road. We were more tired than we thought we would be. The terrain here in Maine is very, very tough, which we knew, but we planned about a 13-mile day, maybe 14, and we got to the road and we were tired. So we get there and there's a flyer on the tree saying that there's a hostel down the way, one that we hadn't even really heard about. It's in the book, but when we're not really planning a hostel stay or a town stop, a lot of times I don't even read what the options are because I'm not planning on stopping. So we get to the road and it's like 3:30 and the sign says that they pick up at that road at 3:50, and we're like thinking 3:50, what a weird time, but it's 20 minutes from now. So as I've said before, my philosophy is sometimes the AT, well, most times the AT is, you can't force your will on it, you know, it's gonna tell you what you should do. So we were tired, looking at a big climb in front of us, and a shuttle into the hostel was going to be there in 20 minutes. So that just basically made the call for us. It's called Human Nature Hostel. Very cool place. It's in a geodesic dome. So we got there and immediately I plugged in electronics and I thought, well, I'll get a picture of this place in the morning, and then didn't because the shuttle was leaving and I was trying to eat. One thing they offer is for $5 you get all you can eat pancakes with Maine blueberries. So that was like so good. So I'm eating and then it was time to leave. So I didn't get a picture of the geodesic dome, which I know is dumb because it's very unique for a hostel. Anyway, so that's where we stayed last night, and then they dropped us off this morning at the road again. And I feel way better. There's something about sleeping in your own bed where you can really stretch your legs, and you know, instead of a cramped tent, you just relax more, and you don't have to worry, is it going to rain on you in the middle of the night and all that stuff. So it was very relaxing, felt great. Next stop is Rangeley, and I'm loving Maine. So I'll just be quiet for a second so you can hear. And you probably heard almost nothing, which is exactly my point. I am absolutely loving how when you get up in the morning and you walk, you just hear your footsteps. It's the greatest thing. The forest is just silent. And then you might hear an insect go and make this little noise. I don't know what kind of insect it is, but they make this noise. Or you might hear a bird give a little chirp. Or if you're in the right place, you might hear a stream running, you know, you hear the water trickling. But I think when I'm back in the real world, I'm going to try to take more moments to just appreciate silence, because it's one of the things I've noticed out here that I enjoy the most. You know, it's not like I try to get away from people or be in quiet places. I'm fine with people. I love people. I actually love, you know, I love loud music. I'm not like a quiet person. But there's something about walking through the forest, especially in the morning. It feels like later there's more animals, I don't know, running, little chipmunks scurrying and stuff. But in the morning, it's just quiet. And I really, really, really like it. And Maine especially so. I've noticed, you know, I don't know if I'm just noticing it more or if it's actually a more peaceful place, but it's just quiet and I like it. See, there was a bird making that noise. Anyway, the plan for today is about 10-ish miles, but probably just gonna walk until we feel like not walking. We're gonna go at least to that next road, maybe up and over. There's a very steep climb at the end of that, and then the terrain looks pretty good into Rangeley, just kind of little ups and downs and stuff like that. So we're just gonna sorry, I'm trying to climb and talk. We're just gonna kind of see how it goes. I'm feeling like I'm wanting to get to Katahdin. A funny thing about Maine is, I mean, the whole time when you have so much to go in front of you, you don't really think about the end. I mean, you do. Katahdin's always at the back of your mind, but you're kind of like, well, you know, I'm in Virginia, so I don't need to think about that too much. And then you start getting closer and you're like, yeah, I'm in Vermont, but there's still so many miles and so much can happen. And then you're in New Hampshire and you're like, well, really, I'm getting close, but you don't really let your mind go there because you're like, well, there's the whites and, you know, anything could happen. A lot of injuries happen in the whites. And, you know, now it's like, man, I'm in Maine. So it's like you feel two ways. I do anyway. I can't speak for other people, but I feel like, man, I want to like hurry up and be done because, you know, the body hurts and 6 months of hiking is long enough for anyone. Like, I'm not out here feeling like, oh, I just love hiking and do this the rest of my life. No, I'm ready to go back to the world. Oh, look at this. Beautiful pond. Lily pads. And sorry, I will try to keep this ramble somewhat short, but this is just what my mind's thinking at the moment. So when you get to Maine, or I should say when I've gotten to Maine, what I've found is that I feel very, it's like you want to hike fast, you want to go because it's time to like wrap this thing up. But then everyone's telling you, man, don't rush through Maine because when this trip's over, it's over. And they're telling you, you know, Maine is the most beautiful state. Make sure you don't just run through it. So I find myself just in the morning, I'm just going like head down, I'm just hiking. And I'm trying to tell myself, don't hike too fast, just enjoy it, you know, because obviously there was a reason for coming out here. And the reason wasn't to rush and try to just get it over with. But when you get up to Maine, there's that feeling of being so close. And it is in terms of the whole trail. But it's still, you know, 250 miles or whatever. So anyway, that's kind of what's on my mind, is to enjoy what I'm doing day to day, enjoy the hiking. But to try really not to rush too fast. Anyway, okay, long rant over. And, oh, there's some kind of road here. Let's see what this sign says. It says Appalachian Trail, South Arm Road. So that's 8.2. So that's at least the first road we're going to go to. Anyway, we'll check in, and still just gonna keep hiking on and enjoy the state of Maine. It's gorgeous. Talk to y'all soon. Hey y'all, I'm climbing this Moody Mountain. Came from that way. We got some rebar coming up, going up there. Man, this thing is just, huh. I mean, I saw it on the terrain map and I was like, okay, that's straight up again for 1.5 miles. And man, I'm just dumping sweat, drinking 2 liters of water in the last probably half hour. I'm probably only halfway up this thing. It is an absolute beast for me right now. But onward and upward. Of course, we're all kind of waiting for that time when they say, don't worry, after Maine kicks your ass for the first 50 miles or whatever, it gets easier. So we'll see. It's tough right now, but step at a time, heading up this, and we'll check in at the top. Well, y'all, I've been climbing this thing. I'm sweating buckets. And it says that right down here is a viewpoint. And there's part of me that goes, man, I don't want to walk down this little thing and then back up. But you know what? I don't think it's worth struggling to the top of this mountain to not see a view. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, nice. Well, look, down that way we got a pond of some sort off in the distance there. Some gray clouds, no rain yet though. Oh, man. Maine is looking gorgeous. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Oh, sorry about that bounce. That is just a mountain that just keeps going. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna get back up here to where my pack is. I go see some of the views, but I don't take my pack down there. I'm gonna get out the guide and take a look, because this view is probably in AWOLs. We can't be going up much longer. It feels like I've done at least a mile and a half up. I'm gonna chug some more water, take a look at the guide, and see where we're going from here. Talk to y'all soon. Hey y'all, it's foggy up here, probably can't see much. Coming up off the road, probably can't read that either. That says Appalachian Trail, Old Blue Mountain, elevation 3,600 feet. And here's a little marker there that you also cannot read. Maybe if I get close. Yeah. What a climb that was, man. Been climbing for a couple hours. Getting ready to go down the other side. Looking forward to Rangeley. When we pitched camp last night, it really wasn't wet. Woke up to being rained on. Now everything we have is fairly wet. I just got up here and there's just a Gatorade bottle sitting here. It's not mine, but it's a weird place for a Gatorade bottle to be sitting. Sometimes I would try to pack something like that out. I mean, there could be somebody in the woods that would be upset if it was gone when they came back. You know, in this situation, we're far enough north. It's like you see something like that. Could be a Nobos, could be a Sobos. So you don't know which way to carry it. You know, whereas in Georgia, if you found something on the trail, you could probably just carry it north because there wasn't any real Sobos yet. Anyway, we're gonna follow this around. Ooh. Today I'd much rather be doing uphill than down, because down in the wet is when the slipping happens. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this off since you guys can't really see anyway. Sorry about all the fog. I bought a life-proof case, and then the little thing you connect to it for the headphones is gone. So it's not really waterproof, but I still keep it on for like drop protection. Anyway, I'm gonna go down this thing, so I'm gonna put this away and probably gonna stop. The guidebook says something about a mileage sign, and they normally don't say mileage sign. So I'm assuming it might be a big sign with miles left to Katahdin or something. I'll probably flip it on there. There's a stream there, gonna get some water, and keep making our way towards Rangeley. Not gonna get there today. Obviously, it'd be too big of a day. It'd be a huge day, actually. But tomorrow we should get into Rangeley and resupply and head on north from there. Talk to y'all soon. Good morning, everybody. This is Bemis Stream. This is the first stream in our book that said we would have to ford it. There were rocks. We got a little more wet on it than most, but it was still, we could rock hop across it. Last night we came across it and then camped right over this way. There's a nice little campsite. And we're headed towards Rangeley today. I think we're about 13 or 14 miles out, so we should be able to get to town today, no problem. Or sleep right on the outside and go in the morning. Still headed north, and probably about 2 weeks left to Katahdin or something like that. We'll check in. Check this out. Looking gorgeous. There's a little beach. Not much of one, but and this is right off trail, like 10 steps. Beautiful. Hey guys, we are at the Sabbath Day Pond Lean-To, I believe it's called. Nice little lean-to here. Just went swimming. I heard about the lakes or the ponds in Maine, and you know, I probably won't make it a habit to go in all the time because you got to lay out and dry off and then get back into clothes that are gross. But it was nice. It was kind of refreshing to get in the nice cold water. And I said that when I was in Maine, I would go swimming at least once. And that was really the first big pond that we came to. And it was really nice to have a swim. So cooking a little lunch here, and then 9 more miles into Rangeley, where I have a list of things to do. Definitely resupply food because I'm basically out, and I'm not sure what else. Sorry, I'm dropping you guys. Hang on. I'm trying to cook and do this. Hang on. Hey, sorry y'all. I got the Nor pasta side bubbling. Anyway, list of things to do in town. Resupply food for sure. Hit the outfitter. I want to get 1 more can of gas because I don't want to be going through the 100-mile wilderness and be running out of gas. I guess maybe shower something. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we go in, but we're gonna have lunch here and then 9 more miles into Rangeley. Hey everybody, passing the Little Swift River Pond campsite. Gone 4.6 from Sabbath Day and another 4.8 to the highway, so basically halfway. Nice little pond down this way. Gorgeous. It's funny, it's sunny out, but I can hear thunder rumbling. I don't know if that means we might have a storm or if it just thunders in Maine. I don't really know how it goes. A little fire ring. Cool little place. There's some wood chopped. So I went down there, and the guidebook says box, no, what did it say? Something spring house. So I went right down there. You can't see it from here, but there's a little stream running, a spring coming right out of like a tube. And it just reminded me of the Smokies, or, you know, back in the South where the water was like that, coming out of a lot of piped springs. We haven't seen a piped spring in like 1,000 miles, so that was cool to see. Man, loving Maine. It's gorgeous. Little risky in some of the boggy areas. You got to do some boardwalks where the, you know, place to put the feet is pretty slim. But at this point, I've been hiking long enough. If I trudge through the mud, I'll just trudge through. It's just the really deep ones you got to be careful, because I've seen people go in all the way up to their thighs and lose shoes and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to be dealing with that. Yeah, almost into Rangeley. Just gonna pick up that fuel. Go check out the hostel that has the chipmunks, but I don't think we're gonna stay. But it's only 0.3 off trail, so I at least want to go in and say what's up to whoever's there. What else is up? That's it, really. Just enjoying Maine. It really is gorgeous. Wow, there's a wasp here. I cannot figure out what he's trying to do, but he is huge and he is scary looking. He looks like he would hurt, so I'm not even going to get probably close enough to show you guys, but he's bright blue with a big yellow or orange belly. Let me see if I can zoom in on him. He's right there. Huh. I was just going to go right over the top of him, but if I do that, that'll be the second when he decides to like fly up. So I'm going to go through this blowdown. Alright, I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm going to put this away so I can navigate. Talk to you guys soon. What's up, y'all? Made it into Rangeley. Over here resupplying, heading back to the trail. Cool little town. Probably did 13 or so miles today. Still not pushing things too hard. Tough climbs tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But that Maine sky is beautiful. And we're just gonna get some stuff here that we need. Probably try to hitch back to the trail. We're not staying in town or anything. That's the plan. Talk to y'all soon. Yeah. Hey guys. I know it's dark. We're in Rangeley. There's the IGA. We messed around and stayed here too long. But we just spoke to the police and he said there's a little parking lot right here that would be okay to sleep. I flipped this on to try to capture. The sky keeps lighting up with some pretty crazy lightning. The officer told us it's called heat lightning. There it goes, boom. Here comes some thunder, listen. There's also coyotes making noise in the background. You never know what's going to happen next on the trail. Anyway, 2 days hike, I believe, to Stratton. Inside Out's birthday is the 18th, so we're going to try to time that to maybe be in town so we can get her a piece of cake or something. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we're setting up over here by this tractor. Oh, there went the lightning. So we're setting up over here by this little tractor, and we're gonna call it a night and wake up in the morning and head back over, try to hitch from the road there. So have a good night.
That's what it sounds like and looks like in the tent right now.